Right. On the evidence tonight, your side's going to sort of hit the ground running this season, and you're probably not going to struggle for results. How do you feel about managers that are going to struggle to pick up early results and could take the sack by Christmas?
I can't discuss that really. It's simply the area of when people can't understand these things. It's not worth commenting, to be honest with you. It's a horrible part of the game, and every Christmas you're right, someone gets sacked, and it's not right, but it's not worth commenting.
Did you enjoy the experience tonight?
I thought it was a great night, yeah. I thought it was one of the most important things. I think the whole crowd enjoyed it. I think they enjoyed it even more when Nyland scored. I thought that was a good moment. And even although all our supporters are, most of the crowd are supporting United, when Nyland scored, everyone was congratulating him and cheering him on. So I thought it was a nice moment. And some of the goals were good. Some of the goals are very good. So, and we've come through with only injury I've got is Carrick. He's got a bit of an ankle injury which will put him out of Sunday's game, but I think he'll be okay for the following week. But we're so pleased that we'll come through.
Your striking options look very broad going into the season.
Well, I think that we have good young strikers in the club, and I think that with the experience of Owen and Berbatov, and Ronan is still a young player. You can't say his experience, of course, because he's been playing for quite a long time. But the young strikers are exciting me very much.
The amount of travelling you do around the world with the club and seeing the amount of Irish United fans there are on a night like tonight, does that make the experience especially nice to come and play in front of them?
I think it's good for our young players to see that the dimension of our support. We go to America and it was incredible, the support in America, and then we come here in the Ireland and it's exactly the same. So that's an eye-opener for them. Where a young player like Chris Smalling and Andy, they join the club and they don't really understand why it's the way it is. So it's a great experience for them, and it's just one of these phenomenons, that can happen. We just, everywhere we go, that the romance of United carries on, and it's our job to keep that romance. It's a challenge.
Alex, when you really looked very sharp tonight, did everybody want to really score?
Well, he's only been trained for 6 days, and he and Michael Owen and Jason Park and Vidic are definitely not ready for games, the real games. 45 minutes is fine for those players. Valencia is just a little bit ahead of them in terms of fitness, so we're able to give them a full game. But 6 days training is not enough to compete in the big competitions. I have to play them against Chelsea to bring them on for the opening game against Newcastle. By that time they will have played 3 games, because I'd imagine they'll all play internationals. So it's a bonus game for me.
So Alex, you could play store on how your players behave on and off the park. There was reports in the paper about Wayne Rooney the last 2 days. Does that concern you a little bit?
I'm not getting into that.
Sir Alex, with the number of injuries in midfield, do you think this is a big year for Darren Gibson?
Well, we expect Darren Gibson to play a big part this season. Last year he made his mark in a big way, because he scored 6 goals for me. And we don't have a player with that. With the ageing process of Paul Scholes, when Paul was young, Darren's age, he gave me 15 goals a season. But he would be playing far more games than Darren has last season. If I were to give Darren, and I hope I can say this, 20 odd games, he's going to give me 10 goals easily. And that would be a big contribution for him. Without question, he's got the ability to be a top player, that lad. He's got the engine, he's got the power, he's got his physique, he's got the shooting ability from outside the box. Well, not every player in the game has got that, either foot. and you know, he's improving all the time.
Sir Alex, first game at the new Aviva Stadium, were you impressed with the facilities?
Fantastic, fantastic. I have to say that the medical room I've seen tonight is the best I've seen it anywhere. It's absolutely fantastic. It's an eye-opener and something that we've got to take recognition of ourselves. I know they were tight for room at Old Trafford, but it's something we really should be looking at. It's really brilliant.
And the pitch?
Pitch was fine, no problem.
Yes, you mentioned the 4 goals there, and also Dimmy Tower Berbatov. How many more years do you think John O'Shea has at the international level?
He was only 27, isn't he? 27, 28? Okay, so he could play to his 40s, young, fit man. Christ. You've written him off at 28, Christ. We're all in trouble. No, John will play for years. He's had one injury in his life, his career at United, and that was last season. After the game in Paris, he got the hemorrhage in his thigh. I mean, that's the only injury he's ever had at our club, which is a bad one, it turned out, an unusual injury, because we had to be careful about calcification in it, and that's why we had to take our time with it. But he's never been injured, apart from that one.
Okay, thank you.
Which of the goals did you like the most?
The goals I like most. The boy Hernandez goal was fantastic. No drawback. No drawback.
The firm by Ryan Gunn. I'd like to see your players do it and winning.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going to sign him.